today's topic for editorial discussion is remote voting for NRIs. So what this article deals with is providing voting facilities, postal ballots or proxy voting facilities for non-residential Indians situated or located outside India. So who is an NRI? Who is an NRI? And a non-residential Indian, according to the Foreign Exchange Management Act, is someone who resides outside India, for an Indian national who resides outside India, or a person of Indian origin who resides outside India for employment, business or another occasion. So those are the people who are termed as NRIs. So why should we give remote voting rights to NRI, remote voting facilities to NRIs? So an interesting fact is that we have a very huge diaspora. Indian diaspora is very huge. And an interesting fact is that in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, what happened is that out of 1 lakh registered NRI voters, only 25,000, approximately 25,000, that is only 25% of the NRIs turned out to vote. So what is the major hassle is that making them physically present in the polling booth in India. So people, NRIs, what they cite is that they cite logistic issues, coming back to India. They have all these visa issues also. So this is one major hassle with respect to in-person voting. So what Election Commission of India, constitutional body, has done is that it appointed a select committee which looked into various avenues through which NRIs can be given voting rights from their own place of work or employment. So one thing that sprung up is that of proxy voting. So now what is proxy voting? With respect to proxy voting, in general, proxy is someone who on behalf. Proxy means on behalf. So what an individual wishing to cast a vote can nominate another person who is registered in his constituency as his proxy, so that this nominee can go vote on behalf of the registered voter. So although the case of proxy voting minimizes time and cost issues, roses comes with thorns. So another the major issue with proxy voting is there is no mechanism to find whether the proxy actually votes what the voter wants to vote, or for the which party that the voter decides to vote. There is no mechanism to check this. So this has been a very big major issue, a major talk point with respect to proxy voting. And then all party discussion that was conducted, all Indian parties except that of the ruling party opposed the proxy voting, and it was left out. And in 2017 an attempt was made to introduce a bill for proxy voting for NRIs in the Rajya but what happened is that the legislation lapsed on account of 16th Lok Sabha dissolution. So another form of voting is that of the postal ballot. Postal ballot is nothing but providing casting votes through post. So in India, postal ballot is according to the Representation of People Act, postal ballot is provided to service voters, voters on election duty, and for those people aged above 80 years, and for persons with disabilities. So in recent time, in the wake of pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, what the Election Commission did was that it reduced the age of age criteria from 80 years to 65 years. So this is what postal voting is. So postal voting has also been developed. Another development with respect to postal voting is that of electronically transmitted postal ballot votes. So what electronically transmitted postal ballot votes, postal ballot system means is that the Election Commission sends an electronic print sheet in which the voters can cast their vote and send it back to the returning officer of the constituency. So this is very secure. ETBPS is also is also a very secure platform. So it has two levels of security, one with the one-time password that goes to the registered mobile number, and other with the PIN number that is specifically known by the voter only. So there are also, so even though there is some cyber security issues, these issues are minimized by this level of security. So the Ministry of External Affairs has also like shown some vacillation towards electronically transmitted postal ballot votes. So with respect to that, it has told us that there are huge logistical issues with respect to electronically transmitted postal ballot systems. So it is also cited there is no mechanism for identifying the for verifying the identity of the voters. Another thing is it also cites the absence of polling agents and the burden on embassy staff as the major hassles of electronically transmitted postal ballot system. So providing remote voting rights to non-residential Indians is a welcome move, but the option seems to be limited. So what we can do is that we can further look into other options, other avenues that are highly used by other countries to provide remote voting rights, and try to replicate or make them substitute them for the Indian polity. So yes, thank you.